Morning. Here we are again. Woo woo. Welcome to Writers Write. I'm Ann Kimbrough, and I will be your tour guide for your writing sessions this morning. Let's see. Do we have our music loud enough? Can you hear it? How are you guys? It's Wednesday, I believe, if I've got my days correct. Wow, hump day. Traditionally, it could be your Monday. It could be your Friday. It could just be Wednesday. I hope it's a good day, whatever it is. Let me just pull this up. See if we are working. Yep, there I am. Yep. Okay. Sounds good. Wow. Well, what's great about Wednesday is it's Coffee Wednesday. Hey, Sergio. Good morning. How are you feeling, my friend? Cheers to you. Num, 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 num. Yeah. I've been really good. I'm sticking to my real coffee Wednesdays. I have allowed myself some decaf here and there because I figure it's decaf. But it's really just me playing games with me. So all is good. And I do like the spike in, let's see, my hair's bugging me. I do like the spike in energy I have on Wednesdays now. It's nice to have something to look forward to. Ah, good. Good to hear that you're good, my friend. Hope you can do some writing with me today. If not, hopefully later. I am very well, thanks. Just same old, which is good. I was just thinking, oh gosh, my glasses are smudged. I was just thinking how I know these are trying times and they're different times and we're all living a calmer life maybe without travel and seeing a lot of people. But I think you should still look at it as good times because this is all we got. So I'm enjoying it to the best of my ability. And keeping in touch with everybody this way is always fun. All right. What are we up to today? Oh, I'm early. Shocker. It's a good thing. I'm early for a change. And I have almost finished my next episode of Lyric, A Mother of a Fairy Tale. I'll have to promote it next week. Just for getting episode 4 out has taken some time. It's been on the back burner a few days, and I've been so critical of the sound because it's layering in the sound, and some weird things happen in it. It's a fantasy, so to me the sounds have to be right. They have to actually enhance and not just be like, a cat meows. Yeah, I have that because there's a cat in it. That's very humanistic. It's a fantasy, so it's a YA fantasy. But I have to say, I think episode 4 is the best yet. But you have to listen to all of them. But they're short. I'm not sure how long this one is yet. But I think they're anywhere between 15 to 25 minutes long. So, entertaining, hopefully, for those that like that kind of audio drama. Anyway, it's huge to get that one done. And of course, I'm closing in on finishing what I work with you guys. It's my cozy mystery. So that is exciting. I love I love completing things, don't we all? And getting it out there. The next part, and I should talk to you about it at some point, because I know we have several people that join us that are creating their own books and podcasts, and I know a lot of screenwriters come here too. I'm a screenwriter, but as a screenwriter, we can't. It takes a lot of people to put out a film, even a short film. I mean, obviously you can create some content for YouTube, but even that, any kind of filming, production. I mean, if you want it to be done right, it takes a lot of people. So as screenwriters, we don't have a lot of control in that unless we want to become producers, which is okay. Thanks, Sergio. I will. But anyway, so that's why, for me, creating the books and creating the podcasts, the audio dramas, I mean, there's many kind of podcasts you can create. True crime is very popular. Why the control is so great? Because you actually control the whole process if you slowly build up your knowledge in those areas, which I have over the years, and found myself in a position where I could use all those skills. And there are platforms now where there weren't in days gone by, where you can actually get stuff out there with very little extra or outside help. Excuse me. But if you need that help, it is there on places like Fiverr, or maybe just reaching out for your friends on Facebook and pooling resources. Anyway, the next part of that is promoting it. That's something we should probably discuss sometime in these little brief moments before we get to writing. Because the promotion's huge. It's one thing to create excuse me, enough content to release. Sorry. I am okay though, even though I can't clear my throat. But the next part is making certain everyone finds what you've created. To that effect, I keep promoting, I'm going to promote books, 1 book a week, or a podcast, or if you have a short film you want someone, if you have anything like that you've created that you want to drive eyes to on the internet anywhere, let me know. We will do it. I want to constantly be able to promote all of our work of everyone that shows up here. Not just mine, but I will promote mine. Sorry. That probably doesn't sound good, does it? As Sergio so kindly said, if you want to be alerted when I am live, hit the bell. It's usually over here, isn't it? I'm not sure how it pops up on this screen. But there's a bell. It's a notifies you when I'm live. And if you like the channel or follow the channel, then obviously that helps in that process too. And if you like my videos, please hit the like check, because all that helps more people find us, right? I really started this as just something for people that I know, and mostly myself, to get us writing. I mean, honestly, I write all the time, but like you can tell, I have multiple projects. So sometimes it feels like you're just pushing a lot of things forward. Like one of those coin machines where you drop the coin in and it builds up and they race to the edge, and they slowly fall down and you get the coins back. It's like that. I feel like I have that many projects and I'm dropping one little coin in and they get shoved forward a little bit at a time. But focusing on writing one thing, which for me it's the Cozy Mystery books, that is what really actually makes gives me the progress. So that's why I created this, to help me. And if it helps you, well, it helps me, then it helps us, and it's wonderful. It's also like going to a coffee shop and meeting up with my friends. Speaking of which, I've got my coffee. And I'm ready to get writing. How about you? It looks like it's that time. I have 25 minutes on the clock for our first writing sprint. On your mark, get set, write! Yay! Yeah, I mean, I used to never do writing sprints until I started doing this. And it's helped me complete 2 books. 2! So thank you. I mean, it's nice to have like a focus. It's almost like setting like I like to say, if you've been here a lot, it's like setting a doctor's appointment. You make it because someone expects you to be there and they'll charge you if you don't show up. So I feel like this is the same way. I have an appointment with you. You have an appointment with me to be here. I want to see your names pop up in the chat, or just the number of viewers show up either live or after the fact, because a lot of people watch this after the fact. I'm glad. It's here recorded for you to watch and write with at any time. Anyway, that keeps me coming, and hopefully me expecting you here keeps you coming. All right, time to get busy. I'm actually going to try to make some progress on the first writing sprint. I did check. I always have to go back in after I do these and put them in the proper, there's things you can check to put them in the proper folders. See if I pick a better picture they'll always pick a picture where I'm going, oh, So I'll change the picture if it lets me. Sometimes it won't let you. And anyway, when I do that, I did notice that in the last couple ones, I have talked for at least the first 5 minutes of the writing sprint. We need to write during the writing sprint, right? I do know that usually you guys are smart and you just tune me out, and that's okay. You're supposed to be writing, not listening to me. But you're kind and you want to listen. I know. You got my back. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to figure out where I was. Last we were in this story. I don't remember what's happening. I've been so focused on other things. It's all coming back to me now. Okay, I really am focusing this time. Yeah, it only took me 3 minutes to focus. Okay. Let's see. All right, this can't be what happens next. This has to come later. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, no. Sniffles. It's just still allergies. It's that time of year here where it's starting to get warm and things are sprouting. Sorry, I keep kicking the desk and it jiggles the camera because the camera is the computer. You can't kick the desk. And. At least I entertain myself. Okay. That's spelled wrong. The word was barely, and I typed in barley. You catch yourself with stuff like that? Excuse me. Oops, I can't click in. Thank you, Sergio. You're so sweet. Have fun at the beach. That sounds like a perfect place to go. Soak up some good sun. Vitamin D, it's good for you. Thanks for tuning in. I need to click on this to sign into the chat. Haven't done a shout out for my background music. It's my old friends at Relax Music Meditation. Let's see. Where is it? Okay. my air piano. All right, I'm focusing. I am focusing. 6.5 minutes. Make it count. Okay. The timer. All right. Oh, reset it. Finish your thoughts. Save your work. And we shall discuss how you did. I forgot to check my word count. I am actually editing a couple chapters. And then breaking new ground. Okay. I got a good spot. How'd you do? I mostly just adjusted a few things. And now I'm into this chapter that I'd written before, like weeks and weeks ago. And it just wasn't in the right spot. So it's one of those chapters that actually is a portion of a chapter that I moved out and decided, well, there's something here to save, but a lot of other things had to happen before I got to it. So now I have the duty of trying to make it fit where it now is placed, which of course requires, I almost should just rewrite it, but hate to waste something that has decent content. Let's see, Sergio. Oh, a lake. Oh, you can walk to it and you're going to paint palm trees. Aw. That's so wonderful. I wish I could walk to a lake. We have a very nice park behind the house. I could walk to it. It's sort of a sunken park. So it's actually to collect water if it floods. But in the meantime, it has a great it's a kids play area, and the lower part you could have there's two baseball diamonds on opposite ends. So it's really a big, pretty grassy area, which is nice for Vegas. You don't always get that. Let's see, my thing is running out of juice. Oh, that's not the right one. Is that the right one? I think it is. Anyway, it's really good if you can get out and about. Our weather is still sketchy. Of course, those of you that actually live in really harsh weather or can laugh, feel free. Power! Sometimes that's my fill light. I feel like I need that. Okay. Here, makeup. I need you on set. Okay. Now you can see me because I fixed my light that was going out, right? Anyway, yeah, if you can get out and about, I find that really helps my creativity. When we were first going into pandemic last year and the shutdown, that was like the only escape was to go out and walk. And the only time you could feel kind of normal. And I guess luckily for us at the time, it was walking weather. In Vegas, it gets quite hot. And if you want to walk in most months, you need to do it very early before the sun's up. Vegas is the kind of place that even when it's dark outside, it could still be 100 degrees, in July and August, September, June. There's a lot of months where it can be very hot. But back in like March, it was very nice. Oh boy, I really wanted to build a pool back then. I personally don't want to have a pool. Now you're from Miami, Florida, yeah, full of lakes. You've got some nice weather there too. I like that. I know because Florida has some really awful bugs, some very big tropical kind of bugs, which I don't like those, but I like that little bit of humidity. Like I lived in Texas too, and I have lived in Florida when I was a little kid. And where were we? Tampa? Back when the bay was polluted. It's a really nice place now, I think. At least they fixed the bay, I heard. But I was a very small child, so I don't remember much of it. Anyway, I do like that bit of... Excuse me. I need real water, not coffee. I think it's the cream that gets me. I gotta have my cream in my coffee. But it's not good for your vocal cords. Yeah, I have to keep the singing voice going. That's an inside joke because I don't sing. Anyway, whatever I was saying, that humidity I think is really good for the skin. We do not have that here in Vegas. And I do a lot of swimming, and usually I'll come home and be starving, so I have to eat first. So I take an hour or so before I actually go and shower and clean and get all the chlorine off my skin. I've just realized I cannot do that anymore. It's so bad for your skin. And because of how it is at the pools, you can't shower there. I mean, I guess you could shower. There is like an open area where you could shower, but anyway, I don't do that. But I need to start doing it as soon as I get home because my skin is just like, ugh. You ever had that? Anybody else swim a lot? I'm not used to swimming this often, but that's it's been turned into my go-to exercise 3 times a week. And I went like this. I'm confusing you. Anyway, the things we learn. I'm also trying to learn that I need to do the swimming cap. I usually just tie my hair up and it gets all wet, right? But I think the swimming caps look really stupid. I'm vain, aren't I? I'm vain. Yeah, it would probably protect my hair and my hair highlights. But yeah, I haven't. Maybe, can you buy swimming caps? Those of you that know anything about swimming caps, can you buy ones that don't squeeze your head like it's going to pop off? Like a big zit? Are there ones that can at least seal the air and protect your hair a bit, but not squeeze you so tight that you look like, Mark Spitz or who's the guy? A swimmer? I don't need to look like a professional swimmer. I just need to keep my hair from getting completely wet. All right. If you have answers to these probing questions, please share them in the chat. In the meantime, let's get writing again. Yes, Anne, that's a good idea. On your mark, get set, write! Boom. Yeah, I know. Or I love my timer. I say it practically every time how much I love my timer. But I do. And my coffee. It's the little things. You gotta enjoy the little things. All right. Let's be productive. I'm talking to myself most of all. Alrighty. I'm taking a note of my word count because this one I want to add to it. I'm kicking the table again and it's jiggling the camera. Sorry. That's why it pays to watch these back, just to see what I'm doing that I could improve on. I'm open for suggestions. Sergio's given me great suggestions so far. The music, telling people to hit the bell so they're alerted when I'm live. Of course, you have to have notifications on. I've hit bells on stuff, but then I don't. I turn off all my notifications because they were notifying me at all times of the day. But you can be guaranteed with me, based on your time zone, that I'm only here 3 times a week at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if that turns out to be a time of day that you don't want a notification, you take care of that. There's multiple places you can turn off notifications. So. I luckily found the feature on my phone, which is a Samsung Note. I like the Note because you can write. Anyway, I like Apples too, but I'm a sucker for writing. I did find that you can have a quiet period. I'm sure Apple does it on the iPhones too, where you can turn your notifications off between the time of days when you're sleeping. That was a godsend. It really was. Especially from telemarketer calls, which are the ones you can't control. Okay. Did I say I was focusing? Yeah, I did. here? Not working or driving. Well, oops, where am I? So Sergio's referring to Screenwriter's Beat, and those are really cool. Well, for one thing, I did them several years ago, but we stopped doing them after we reached, I want to say we did like 56 of them, 56 episodes over a couple years. And we stopped doing them because the technology changed. They were started when they had Google Hangouts. Yeah, Nicole Jones-Dion was one of our regular guests. I had a panel of screenwriters that talked about what we were doing and learning from getting out there and trying to break into the business and continue to break in after we'd broken in and get more work. So we were sharing that information in a show called Screenwriter's Beat, which is still here on my YouTube channel. And a lot of the content I think is still very current as far as what the business is like and how you find work. Of course, things are a little bit different right now, but the way you find work is still the same. It's just we're a little bit more limited to being able to go out there and network. Networking is going to have to stay online for a while. But I do believe a great way now to break out is to create your own content, like create your own IP, your intellectual property, as in your books and audio dramas, which are like, they're fictional things. They're like TV episodes, very episodic in nature, even if you do something that's nonfiction, like a true crime show. Those are all very popular places for producers to find material. So this is a creative outlet, but it also helps us with building sort of a brand for ourselves and a name for ourselves and a way for producers to find us in a time when the most common way is to maybe go out and network. You can still query people. I think querying sort of got a bad name for a while, but now it's one of the only ways to reach out to producers. So I would say continue to do that. Some of the old things are new again. Nothing wrong with finding a producer you think is right for your work and sending them an email and being very businesslike and professional and brief in your message. But I think you'll probably get more response these days than in past times. If I ever send an email to someone, I always find a reason to either compliment them on something they've done and also, or in addition to, add in a reason why my work that I'm pitching to them is something I think they'd be interested in, based on usually probably what they've done in the past or maybe an article I read about them. I think it's good to know, good to show why you've selected a producer to send a query to, because that shows that you're not just like blanketing everybody in the world, that you've taken the time to figure out why your script is something that would be good for them to do. Anyway, and then a short sort of logline or paragraph. It doesn't have to be super short. I believe you could use 2 paragraphs to describe what you're pitching. Remember, it's like a conversation. So anyway, that's my last tip on that. But that's sort of what the show is about, giving that kind of advice. And we stopped doing it, by the way, to get to your question, because Google Hangouts, which was kind of like, if you remember them, it was kind of like a Skype call. So the quality was a little iffy at times, the connection, and we were always linking, like I would have like 4 other people plus myself on this show, this call. So sometimes that got dicey. People would drop out or freeze. It wasn't the best, but it was free. And what it did was that it automatically turned it into a YouTube video. And then somewhere along the way, when we got to about show 50, YouTube just totally took over Google Hangouts. Or it all became part of Google, I guess, is the bigger umbrella. And they basically stopped Google Hangouts, and it just became YouTube, and YouTube doing YouTube Live and stuff like that. So the process to hook people into the call, like I could do with Google Hangouts, changed. And when I tried many different ways. I tried Skype calls where I had to record it, so it wasn't live. And, now it'd be better. I could do it again with like Zoom. So who knows? Everybody is just at so many different places right now. I keep threatening to do at least one show, sort of a reunion show with everyone, just to see what they're doing, how they're hustling to find work during a pandemic. So I think that would be useful, but I don't know. It's a process. It's effort. One of the things I've decided to do over the years is use my time more wisely. I got a lot out of actually doing Screenwriters Beat. There was a really good reason to do it in the beginning, and I felt it created it sort of set me and my friends up as screenwriters. Like if you went and Googled, you could find my name and you could find that show for all of us that were part of it. So that was a thing. Was very positive about it. The other part that was really positive is how many people actually went and watched the shows and got something out of it. All the other screenwriters that came to the show. So, those are two really important reasons to do a show. Outside of that, I just sort of felt like we had done it. I mean, I didn't know I could come up with that many topics for us to discuss, but we did. And if we repeated a topic, it was to just add more to it. So the biggest ones are the outlining show we did. We did 2 of those, and there was one on log lines. And those are still very current and good information that you could use today. Some of the other ones were about how you get out there, and some of those probably aren't as current. Talking to producers, there's a good one on that, and taking rewrite notes. Those were all good. But there's a limited amount of things you could discuss as a screenwriter. And we were sort of talking a lot about our experiences and issues we had had. So it was fun. But, all things turn into something else. It might be better now just as a podcast. But I liked being able to see everybody. I think there was a good camaraderie amongst the various screenwriters that came on the show. But I'm glad you liked it. See how easy it is to distract me? I am actually getting somewhere with this scene, though. spelling issues. Okay, I did it right, I think. I did. Yay, I can spell. It happens sometimes. I do spell things right. Alrighty. Just getting into it there. Finish up your thoughts, save your work. What did we think? How did you do? Did you get some good stuff? I totally feel like I'm on a roll. And I'm definitely gonna get out of this chapter today. Yeah! This is chapter 7 for me. I'm gonna move on to chapter 8 before long, which means I have only 2 more chapters. Yay! Sometimes I sneak in an extra chapter if I need to, but I only have 2 big more chapters. These stories are very short and quick. I don't dilly-dally around, but that's what they're written to be. Let's see. Aw. Well, thanks, Sergio. I'm glad you like my presentation. Yeah, no stage fright. I just feel like I'm talking to friends, so it's easy to do. And when it came to Screenwriter's Beat, I mean, I was trying to feature the other writers, so and they were all my friends, so I was just talking to my friends and trying to bring out the best of their knowledge and to show them off to the best of their abilities, because they're all incredibly talented writers, as you are too. I mean, I've been lucky in that respect that I've been able to meet so many talented, a huge variety of talented writers in multiple fields through all the things I've attended in LA, through all the organizations I belong to on like Facebook and online groups. The writers and screenwriters especially have a really great community that is very supportive. I think you have to be careful whose advice you take. So don't get me wrong there, because you can belong to some screenwriting groups that give you a lot of advice that is totally wrong. So it takes a little time to find a group of writers that you can trust, that what their information they're giving you comes from a place of true experience and knowledge. But it's not like they can send you that wrong. I think, to me, over time, what I've learned is advice that seems to keep you from succeeding is probably not the best advice. And logic sort of plays a better role. There's a lot of advice that sort of cuts people down and you can hear it. It comes from an angry place. So that's the kind of stuff I would stay away from. And before you take action on any online advice, you should see if it comes from multiple places. So, if I just tell you something, mark that off and then see how many people back up what I say. Most of all, honestly, the best advice to take is just to be professional and generous about your interactions with other people in the industry. You can never go wrong if you do that. If you come at it from a place of, I guess I would say the worst advice I've heard over time has been about how to deal with contracts and coming from a place of fear. So to me, if you know who you're dealing with, miss my finger. If you know who you're dealing with, that always is the safest place to start. So if you're just dealing with producers that you don't know them at all, you don't know anyone that knows them, there's no information about them online that you can find out what they've done, which can be hard. Granted, there's levels of producers, and there is a certain level of producers that don't have a lot of information out there about them, and they're still legitimate. And then there's the upper level that they don't need to promote themselves, so it's hard to find out information about them because they work with people that are A-listers. So it's weird. It's very hard to back up sometimes legitimate people. It's very hard to prove they're legitimate. But look at how you found them, how they found you. If there's some kind of third party that maybe you met them through, like a Roadmap Writers or something like that, and whether you instigated the connection or whether they just sent you an email that's like, send us $1 million or we'll freeze your computer. If it's that kind of random thing that just pops up, be careful. Anyway, that's my cautious tale of how to protect yourself. And it's that time again. Well, I get to release you, send you out there into the world to continue to be creative and use this wonderful skill we all have to write and take something from the ether and turn it into scripts and books and podcasts. And just at some point you need to stop and realize how amazing that is, how impressive that is, and you should be happy and pat yourself on the back, because you're releasing goodness into the world. Stories that entertain and can uplift, even chill the spirit, yet allow us to be entertained and happy again. I just feel like life's a roller coaster, and sometimes when you can escape into fiction, it's very healing. It's nice to get out of your own life for a while, and that's what we do as creators. Anyway, I'm going to keep writing. I'm on a roll. I hope you're on a roll too, and I wish you a happy Wednesday, and I look forward to you joining me again. The next time I do this is Friday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you can join me, that's super. If not, catch one of my recorded sessions, because they're here to fit your schedule when you're ready to write and you want a buddy. I'm your writing buddy. I'm here to push you. Keep going. Do it. High five. High 10. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and happy writing. See you next time. Let's see. I'll say it. Bye.